Do you know what scientists are up to right now? They're pushing the boundaries of what we ever thought was possible, conducting experiments that are truly out of this world. Imagine this, mixing human and animal genes, not just for research, but to create entirely new forms of life. What could these experiments mean? Will they lead to progress, or take us down a dangerous path? Today, we're diving into the 10 most shocking biological experiments in the world, each one challenging everything we know about life itself. These experiments have crossed moral lines and are pushing the very limits of science. Are you ready to find out what's next? Make sure to subscribe and start exploring the corners of the world you've never been, from unique cultures to powerful human stories. We take you there. Number 10, the ape-human hybrid experiment. Back in the early 20th century, as genetics started to take off, chimpanzees became the focus of research, because they're the closest animals to humans. Some scientists had an audacious idea. What if we could create a new species, combining human intelligence with chimpanzee strength? This sparked major debate. In the 1920s, Soviet scientist Ilya Ivanov, a pioneer in hybrid research, took on this controversial experiment. His goal was to use artificial insemination to combine human and ape genes and create a human-ape hybrid. But before the experiment could be completed, he was exiled for political reasons. Then in the 1970s, a chimpanzee named Oliver, a performer, was suspected of being a mutant, even rumored to be a hybrid of human and chimpanzee. But in 1996, the University of Chicago ran genetic tests on Oliver and confirmed he wasn't a hybrid. His traits were just variations of normal chimpanzee characteristics. Then in 2019, unverified reports claimed that a team at the Salk Institute in the US had successfully created the first human primate chimera. They had previously created pig and sheep embryos, with a small amount of human cells. It said these chimera were allowed to develop for only a few weeks, before being halted, avoiding major ethical concerns. However, there are reports that similar experiments are still happening in China, to bypass local legal restrictions. The scientific perspective: is ape-human hybridization possible? From a scientific standpoint, humans and chimpanzees share about 98% to 99% of their genes, which could make hybridization theoretically possible. For example, lions and tigers can crossbreed to create ligers, and horses and donkeys can produce mules, which shows how genetic similarity and chromosome compatibility matter. But there's a catch. Humans and chimpanzees have different numbers of chromosomes. Humans have 23 pairs, while chimpanzees have 24 pairs, which could be a huge barrier to successful hybridization. On top of that, things like gene expression and gamete compatibility are big technical challenges. Even if science could overcome these issues, should we even attempt this kind of experiment? If a human-ape hybrid were created, how would we define it? Should it have the same rights as humans? If we treat it like an experiment or tool, does that mean we're denying it the freedom of a potential life form that could have awareness and consciousness? What's your take on all this? Number 9, the beetle-computer hybrid. Picture this: a beetle sitting quietly on a lab table, its antennae twitching, covered in fine, hair-thin wires. This isn't just another bug study. It's a mind-blowing experiment that combines biology and technology. Scientists are turning this beetle into a biocomputer, half-living creature, half-machine. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, right? But it's happening right now. Beetles have a unique nervous system, processing information at lightning speed. That makes them perfect for exploring the future of computing. Some scientists think the beetle's nervous system could be the next big thing in tech, maybe even surpassing today's supercomputers when paired with AI. What's even more incredible, this beetle's natural ability to move and sense its surroundings, combined with computer algorithms, allows it to complete complex tasks. Can you imagine? These hybrid beetles are learning to navigate tough terrain by themselves, and even perform dangerous rescue missions. This isn't just tech for tech's sake. The possibilities here are huge. It could revolutionize disaster relief, agriculture, and beyond. After a disaster, when it's tough to find signs of life, this biohybrid can crawl through narrow cracks, sending real-time data to rescue teams. Its lightweight, flexible body lets it go places regular robots just can't. In agriculture, this beetle hybrid could be programmed to hunt down and destroy pests with pinpoint precision, cutting down on pesticides and helping the environment. This fusion of biology and technology is changing everything we thought we knew about machines, and it's blurring the lines between the natural world and artificial tech. But with all this progress, there are concerns. Some are questioning whether turning living creatures into tools is going against nature. And if this technology falls into the wrong hands, used for espionage or military purposes, who knows what could happen? Number 8. Human-mouse hybrid. Sounds like a plot twist from a movie, but it's happening for real in labs today. Researchers have successfully created mouse embryos containing human cells. These aren't just mixed cells, they're real human-mouse hybrids. The human cells are already showing traits of human tissue. The breakthrough came when scientists reprogrammed human stem cells, resetting them to a more flexible, youthful state, making them able to turn into almost any kind of cell. With this technology, scientists injected these stem cells into mouse embryos, letting them develop for 17 days. The results? Staggering. Not only did the human cells integrate, but they started forming organs like the liver and heart. In some embryos, human red blood cells made up a big portion. The most mind-blowing part? The embryo's retinal cells, almost entirely human, could detect light. This breakthrough has massive potential for medical research, helping scientists better understand how life begins, and providing new ways to study diseases. Looking ahead, these hybrids could be the key to growing human organs, giving patients waiting for transplants faster solutions. This technology is groundbreaking, but scientists are cautious. Whether other labs can replicate the results will determine how widely it can be used. But once it's proven, the impact will be huge, offering hope to millions of patients in need. Number 7. The liger. Ever thought about it? Lions and tigers, the kings of Africa and Asia, living on opposite sides of the world. How could they ever meet and mate? In the wild, the chance of lions and tigers crossing paths is basically zero, let alone mating. So, how does a liger happen? Most of the time, it's thanks to humans, in places like zoos or wildlife reserves, where mating is arranged. Lions and tigers are both big cats, but their chromosomes are different. Lions have 38, tigers have 36. Genetically speaking, species with different chromosome numbers usually can't produce offspring because their DNA doesn't match up. But the liger breaks that rule. Despite inheriting different numbers of chromosomes, usually 37, which normally means they can't reproduce, they're still here, a true miracle of nature. Physically, ligers take the best traits from both parents, with a lion's mane, but colors closer to a tiger's light brown, or even stripes. And in terms of size, ligers are often bigger than purebred lions or tigers, thanks to their strong parents, and the hybrid advantage that helps them grow even larger. This size gives them extra strength and survival skills. But, because of their unique genetics, ligers often face health problems, like immune issues, heart problems, and bone abnormalities. Also, since they can't reproduce on their own, they depend entirely on human breeding, which makes their future uncertain. The debate over ligers never stops, with critics saying, human interference in nature is an offense to the ecosystem. Ligers are fascinating, but their lives are often full of health problems and total dependence on artificial environments. Does their existence fit within ethical boundaries? That's a question worth asking. In our quest for scientific progress, have we ignored the true respect these creatures deserve? Number 6. The polar bear and grizzly bear hybrid. As the planet heats up, ecosystems and species are shifting in unexpected ways. Many habitats are moving toward the poles, or disappearing completely, which forces animals to migrate and interact with new species, sometimes even hybridizing, and creating entirely new species. One of the most incredible examples of this is the hybrid offspring of the polar bear and grizzly bear, the so-called pizzly bear or grolar bear. Polar bears and grizzly bears are different species, but they're closely related. Polar bears split from brown bears around 500,000 years ago, which, in evolutionary terms, is just a blink of an eye. This genetic similarity means they can mate and produce fertile offspring. When a polar bear fathers the cub, and a grizzly bear is the mother, the cub is called a pizzly bear, while the opposite results in a Grolar bear. These hybrid bears combine traits from both parents, with fur that's neither the pure white of the polar bear, nor the dark brown of the grizzly, but a dull creamy color. Their necks are long like polar bears, but their shoulders are broad like grizzly bears. Their paws are covered in fur, somewhere between the grizzly's bare paws and the polar bear's furry paws. Their heads mix the polar bear's streamlined face with the grizzly's round, muscular head. Behavior-wise, these hybrids lean more toward polar bear habits, like tossing large objects around and stomping things with force. They also rest with their legs splayed out, just like polar bears. In 2006, in Canada's Nunavut region, a hunter shot what he thought was a polar bear, but this one looked different. Authorities initially thought he had killed an illegal species, but genetic testing revealed it was a hybrid bear, the first recorded grizzly polar bear hybrid. Then, in 2010, another hybrid was discovered in Canada's Northwest Territories, its genes showing it was 2/3 grizzly bear. While studies show hybridization due to climate change is still rare for most species, for polar bears, it's becoming a serious concern. If this trend continues, polar bears could be facing extinction.